What is good, guys? Welcome back for another video, and today I'm going to be explaining how you can use chart patterns in your technical analysis. Now this video is going to be very helpful for beginners and experienced traders. A lot of people disregard or they don't regard chart patterns, but when I say chart patterns work, they work. I made a previous video on trend lines, and right now I'm going to be explaining basic strategies that people overlook but are very important and helpful in trading. So let's get right into it. Before that, make sure you are in my free Telegram. I do post my trades there, so you can see my trades, and then from them link in the description. Yeah, so let's get into the charts. So today I'm going to be explaining how to use chart patterns in your technical analysis as a beginner trader and even for experienced traders. So this is a trade I took on BTC USD symmetrical triangle. I actually posted this trade before the trade moved and went to take profit on my free Telegram. I'm going to put a screenshot on this screen. You can join my free Telegram, link in description. Make sure you are there. You can learn a lot from these trades, right? Because I post before I take them. So there are things I'm looking for while I want to take a trade using symmetrical triangle or an ascending or descending. There are three kinds of triangles, right? Symmetrical, ascending, and descending for chart patterns. So first thing is the trend. Where are we going to? You can see if I zoom out a bit, you can see BTC is actually going to the uptrend. You can see a series of higher highs, higher lows, though they are not that major, like the highs and lows are not really major highs, but you can see we are still actually pushing to the upside. So what do you want to do? You want to join the trend. So you can see price leaves weak rejections on our upper trend line. Weak rejections, so we know that is valid. More than 3 touches for a valid trend line. That is upper one. Same thing with the lower trend line. More than three touches. If I zoom in, you can see it clearly. So we know this is a valid trend line. Now, a second confirmation for me is candlestick patterns. And the candlestick pattern I use for confirmation are engulfing candles. You can see this blue candle engulfs the opposite candle. Same thing goes here. This blue candle engulfs the opposite candle. Same thing here, same thing. Like we have 4 consecutive engulfing candles. So you can see the confirmation of this trade will actually very good. This is like an A++ setup. So the third confirmation for me to take a trade from this kind of setup is me seeing a W pattern, right? So I'm going to just draw it with my path so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see price leaves a kind of pattern, forming a W. So what does that mean for me? For me, that means there is buying pressure in this market, right? There is buying pressure. So you can see it now, the W. It means there is buying pressure. So after seeing these 3 things, these are my 3 conferences: a trend, engulfing candle, W pattern. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking to take a buy from this trade. 2 things can happen in the symmetrical triangle setup. It can break above or break below. It is symmetrical, you understand? But in this market, we know, okay, it is an uptrend, so we should be keeping our eyes out for buys, and that is exactly what happened. This trade went for take profit. I took this trade and I made money off that trade. So right here we are looking at an ascending triangle. This is an ascending triangle. Now when you hear the word ascending, we all know it's going up. So in this kind of setup, we are looking to buy. We don't want to sell, we want to buy. And if you can see, that is what happened. The market broke above and went up massively. So let me go ahead and take my 2 right now. You can see what happened. This trade was actually a very fast one. So you can see if you actually took this trade, you would have made profit very fast. It's my position too, that is long. So let's see. You can see then your take profit will be just, you don't need to take it all the way down. Maybe 300 pips of BTC is actually very okay. You can see what I'm talking about. Same thing, more than 3 touches on the lower trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same with the upper trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4. More than 3 touches. Now let's go down to the candles. So you can see this big massive engulfing candle that engulfs this smaller one, very massive, and you can see it goes all the way up. Then let's check the W pattern, if the W pattern is there. So you can see that clearly price formed a W pattern. So you can see it has met 3 of our confluences, right? So this trade is a trade worth taking. This trade is a trade worth taking. All we need to wait for is a break, and if you're fast enough, when price breaks the high, you're going to catch this trade. So this now is another example. 3 confluences, 3 touches on the trend line. One, a trend. I forgot to say the trend. You can even see we're going up. You can see we previously in a downtrend, moving downwards, but price came and broke this high. So you can see there was a change of trend. This is even a double top right here. So price broke above it, and you can see we keep soaring to the upside. So that is an ascending triangle. So the main patterns I'm explaining right now are triangles. This also is symmetrical. This one to the downside. If I zoom in, you can see some of our confirmations. This time not an engulfing candle. This time it leaves a shooting star candle. A shooting star candle is a candle with a long wick and a small body. And you can see these candles. What do they mean? It means the price is, sellers are pushing these candles down. If we come here again, you can see there is a long engulfing sell candle. If you want to know more on these candlestick patterns, leave a comment and I will surely make a video on it. Just depends on how interested you guys are for in detail explanation on this pattern. So if you can see this trade, if you actually fast, you can see it met the criteria, you would have actually taken this sell, made profit from this trade. Another very good example. So that I think that those 3 examples are okay. Right? They explain everything very well. This was another symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical is like the most common one I'm seeing right now. So you can see on this trade, price also left an engulfing candle right here, engulfed this previous candle. Also this one engulfed the previous candle, and you can see some good weak rejections on the upper trend line. Price broke to the downside. So all these are good examples, and now basically those are like those are like the most important chart patterns I use. Triangle, symmetrical, ascending, descending, triangle. So a lot of people may think because in the thumbnail of the video, if you saw, I was like, I don't advise using double tops. Double tops are good, but make sure if you're trading double tops, you're using some element of liquidity, because if you don't trade with element of liquidity, a lot often you are going to be losing with double tops. So you can see this was a double top trade, and the only reason this trade would have been actually nice is because there is liquidity on it. If you don't understand liquidity, watch my other videos. I explain this very, very well. So you can see right here, we have an area of liquidity. Price has swept liquidity. So we are done talking with triangles. Now I'm going to talk about double tops and why I don't advise trading double tops on their own. I don't advise it. I don't. So this one has an element of liquidity. That's why I can say, okay, take a trade from this zone because liquidity has been taken. You're not going to be used as liquidity, because double tops so often you're going to be used as liquidity. So often you are going to be used as liquidity. You understand? So let's just look at examples of double tops now, double bottoms. So let's see this now. Let's see this one. Imagine you wanted to trade from this double top. You can see what happened. You would have lost. Let me mark it out very well. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Sorry. Imagine you wanted to take a trade from this double top right here. This double top right here. You can see that you would have actually, price would have come back and hit your stop loss. So that is actually a loss. Even same thing with this one. If you wanted to take a trade from this double top, you can see price would have actually hit your stop loss. So you need to actually have element of liquidity if you want to trade with double tops or support and resistance zones, because if you don't, more often you are going to lose. You are going to be used as liquidity. That's why I personally prefer using chart patterns. If you have anything you want me to talk about more, do want to leave a comment and I'm going to surely talk about it. So yeah, that's the end of the video. This is basically 3 things you need to know if you're using chart patterns. Make sure you are following the trend, candlestick confirmation, engulfing or a shooting star, or a long wick candle that is going in your direction, rejecting to your direction. That is 2. Number 3, W pattern. If it's a sell, M pattern, right? So 3 confirmations you need and you're good to go. You can practice this on demo first, gain confidence, see how it works, and then you can start trading live. I trade it. This trade was taken on my Telegram. So yeah guys, if there's anything you want to know, leave it in the comments. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Love.